What is going on, YouTube? And today I've got a little bit of a new kind of series that I want to try out, and it is going to be called High School Blues. And the main reason for this series is to talk about why high school sucks, in my opinion. So yeah, this is going to be episode 1. I'm hoping to get more episodes out as I get more interesting stories. And so this is a gameplay of Domination on, I don't know what it is. I'm using the PP90 M1, whatever. I don't want to talk about the gameplay, but yeah, I do pretty decent. I don't know if you'll be able to see the score at the end, but I guess you can. I don't know. I guess if it really matters that much to you, you can probably figure it out. But oh well. All right. So the first little story I have today is my art teacher. I'm not going to give off the name, but I think I've already talked kind of about it in another video about how my art teacher is crazy. So there was a first little incident a while back. It was basically me. Alright, I'm just going to start from the top. I don't think I told you this story, but there's two stories basically. The first story, me in my art class, and now just to get a picture of this, she probably doesn't like me to begin with before the start of this, but just mainly because I sat at a table full of people that, you know, mouth off a lot and all that, so she probably didn't like me to start with, and I think this just made her hate me. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna get a lot of good stories out of this. So yeah, first incidents. Basically, it was in the art class, and she takes all of the A+ from our last assignment, and she asks everyone to to give them back to her because she wants to frame them and everything. So I'm like, all right, A+, these are probably actually really sick. I want to check them out. So I go over there. I start looking through them like, hey, this is actually pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. And then she has the nerve to yell at me for looking at the artwork. I don't know why. So basically, she starts out, she's like, Nick, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just looking at the artwork. They're actually pretty sick. And then she said, no, you're not supposed to be looking at the artwork. You're supposed to be in your seat. I'm like, alright, I'll just go back to my seat, but I still don't see what the big deal is. And then she just starts screaming at me. She's like, you know what, if you don't get back in your seat right now, I'm calling your mom. So I'm like, of course, you know, I really am kind of getting tired of her attitude at the moment. And so I yell back in front of the whole class, well, I'm sorry that touching the artwork won't make it A+ anymore. And then after that, she kind of just got pissed and ended up calling my mom, which, in my opinion, was not that big of a deal to begin with. And yet she makes this whole incident about it and yelling in the middle of class and just disrupting her class, not mine. I could have cared less. She was disrupting her class from everything. And alright, so she keeps me after class and she starts calling my mom. And first she calls my house phone, which my parents aren't home, which I told her that to begin with, but she obviously didn't listen and calls my house phone anyway. So my brother picks up, and he's trying to be nice to her. He doesn't know who this is, but, you know, it's obviously someone that he shouldn't be, you know, mean to. But then she starts mouthing off to him, and it just really didn't make any sense why she would take it out on my brother if she's mad at me. Like, that's just not a good teacher, in my opinion. It's not even a relatively decent teacher to take it out on a student's family and himself, even if he's done nothing whatsoever. And then after she got off the phone with my brother, she called my mom and just leaves the most disrespecting message, like, ever. She just, the tone in her voice, she should not have even left that message to my mom to begin with. And it was just a big, long incident that just could have been avoided if she would have just calmed down and realized that I really did nothing wrong in that incident. And my mom tells me later, she comes up to me, she's like, yeah, I know you got in trouble at school today, but I really don't blame you, she's a bitch. I'm not even lying, that's exactly what my mom said. That is how chill my mom is. Oh, that is just so awesome. And You know, it's true, because she really was, you know, a bad teacher. She should not have been teaching in the first place. She should go and raise horses, which I guess she loves horses, so I don't know why she's teaching if she's a horse fanatic. I don't know. And that's beyond me. And now there was a second incident in that class that actually happened today as I'm making this. And it is just even more, it's just dumb as I can tell. And alright, so basically it's Valentine's Day. Everyone gets cookies, everyone gets chocolate, everyone eats it in class. And I guess she told, so alright, let's just explain this first. My girlfriend, she got me a gift of a bunch of cookies that I felt like eating. And she has told us not to eat in her class, but it's Valentine's Day, you know, maybe she lightened up, you know, I really don't know. But in my mind, it was okay, you know, it's Valentine's Day, we're always going to chill out, you know, hang out with the people we care about. And so I started eating my stuff, and she says, Nick, why are you eating in class? I'm tired of telling you. And I guess, you know, I was like, alright. So I put it away. Right away. There was no hesitation. I close it, and I slip it in my backpack. No hesitation whatsoever. And then she's talking to me, and I'm literally just done with the conversation. I'm smiling, I'm nodding yes for everything she's saying, and she just is completely, you know, getting mad at me for no reason whatsoever. And maybe it might have been a little sarcastic, give me that, but I don't think that it was worthy of her getting mad at. And then after that, earlier when I walked in, I was looking for my art project, but it got stolen, I guess. Someone took it off the rack, and I don't know, they probably used it for theirs. I really didn't care that much. That class, I do not care too much about that. The only reason I'm still in it is because I can't get switched out. So I tell her, like, maybe 2 seconds after that, I say, you know, I need to get my artwork was stolen, and I need to get a new piece of paper. She's like, well, why don't you go look again? I'm like, well, I've looked already maybe 4 or 5 times. I can't look again. It's obviously gone. She's like, you know what? I don't have time to deal with this right now. And then she's like, you know what? And I didn't even say anything. I'm like, alright. So I turn away. And she's like, you know what? Nick, you can go outside. And I didn't say one thing. I did not say one thing. I smiled and I looked. I just hit my table. My bad. I smiled and I looked away. That's all I did. I did not make any smart aleck remark. I did not make any little gesture with my hands. I did not make any little, you know, smart-ass anything. And she just tells me to go outside right away. So I'm like, alright, so I'll bring, and she told me to bring all my stuff, so I brought my backpack. And which, for a fact, had my cookies in it. So I'm like, alright, so I'll just go eat my cookies outside. And then, about a minute later, for no apparent reason, she comes outside and she's like, give me those. And I'm like, wait, what, my cookies? She's like, yes. And I don't know if she has the right to, or the nerve to take away my own food on my own property when I'm not even in her classroom. That's what I don't understand. Like, is she even allowed to do that? And personally, I don't think she is. Actually, I know she is not. And the narc that came over to, actually, yeah, she called a campus supervisor over to confiscate my cookies. That is how crazy this chick is. And the narc even agreed with me that this was not right, but she figured, you know, she's the boss, you know. And I really couldn't get mad at the narc. She was nice. I don't even know why I keep calling them narcs. I know that's probably not the right thing to say. The campus supervisor, there. But the campus supervisor was alright. She, you know, she's like, alright, just come and get them at lunch. I'll give them back to you, even though they were supposed to be confiscated for the entire day. So like, alright, that's pretty nice of her. So I wasn't mad at her, not at all. What I was pissed at was the fact that she had the nerve to take away my own possession when I wasn't even in her class, and she had no right to, because there was no reason for it. I put it away once she asked me, and I went outside, and I figured, hey, I'm going to be out here anyway, why not just have some cookies? So, and then after that, she tells the campus supervisor, I don't even want him in my class anymore, when I've done nothing wrong whatsoever. I didn't talk back that day. I didn't, do anything like that, and yet she still, has the nerve to tell the campus supervisor, I don't want him in my class. And it just really pisses me off. And hopefully, I'm hoping I can get switched out of that class. And the reason that I think I will is because the person said that I was going to be able to. But I don't know. It's just a big, long, crazy situation that should not have happened if she even had an ounce of like a good teacher in her, which she did not. She should not be a teacher. She shouldn't like even remotely even teach at all, I guess. It just really pissed me off. So I think it's come to the end of this video. We got the last bomb plant off, and I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this new episode of High School Blues. And I think it's about over. I don't know, but let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else related to high school. Let's talk about Valentine's Day. How was your Valentine's Day? Personally, I had a great one. I got to spend time with my girlfriend. We hung out a lot. I hung out with some of my friends too. It was just a great day. Full of a lot of fun. Which in this time in my life, I can't really say something's actually been legitimately fun. Mostly because high school is just too much. I really just don't like high school, honestly. But Valentine's Day and all the holidays that come into high school, it's a good thing. It's a reality check. It's a nice little break from reality, break from the old boring routine of high school, break from the old boring little same old where you just go to the same class, do the same stuff, and it gets boring. And I'm pretty sure I can speak for everyone on this that it's just too much. Just way too much. But I like it. High school is getting there. It's maybe not the most exciting thing ever, but I'm gonna have to deal with it if I ever even want to get my diploma and even have an ounce of credit in this world to, get where I want to be. And I don't even know where I want to be. I just want to be somewhere. I want to be something. Whether it's with gaming, whether it's with editing, whether it's with something about computers. That's all I know. I guess we'll find out about that. But when it comes onto the line of the whole elective and what it's going to be, I'm hoping to get into Photoshop or whatever Photoshop. Mostly because I want to learn how to edit. I think that'd be really cool to be a successful editor. Now I'm not talking about journalism editor or stuff like that. I'm talking about a video editor for stuff like that. And there goes my buddy Adam pulling up a triple. Yeah, I'm just hoping to be something like that. That's all I need. Something work with computers where I've always been around it. Alright, so this has been episode 1 of High School Blues, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.